your training specialist for today. I want to welcome you to Army Reserve Family Programs University, and this session is Introduction to Family Readiness. Just to tell you a little bit about where we're heading, let's look at today's objectives. Today we're going to define family readiness, introduce the regulatory guidance, and identify the roles and responsibilities for family readiness. Next slide. While we're getting into this, we want to know what exactly is family readiness. Family readiness is the state of being prepared and the complexity of military service. A ready individual and family member are knowledgeable about the potential challenges. They are aware of the supportive resources that are available to them, and they're able to make use of those skills and resources during challenging times. It is imperative that soldiers and families become resilient. The desired outcome of these soldiers and family members, self-reliance, that they have confidence, that they're knowledgeable, and they have a great state of well-being. Soldier retention and family support are critical elements also in family readiness. Family readiness is a force multiplier, and it happens at the unit level. Now that we have a little bit of working definition of what family readiness is, let's dive a little bit deeper in something we should never forget. A comprehensive unit family readiness program builds resilient soldiers and family members. Now let's talk about those roles. Before we get that, I do apologize for staying corrected. We're going to get into the regulatory guidances. And let's start with number one. There are many out here, but we're just going to focus on 3 today. The DODI, Department of Defense Instructions 1342-22. It outlines the policies and responsibilities for military family readiness. AR 600-20 deals with the total Army family programs, providing those policies and outlines responsibilities for commanders. And once again, total Army family, the total Army. In AR 608-1, Appendix J, those are that regulatory guidance for operation of Army readiness within the active component. And the last one, USAR 608-1, it's a supplement to AR 608-1. It provides the Army readiness specific regulatory guidance to the unit's family readiness program, along with duties and responsibilities. You can go to the next slide. You'll find that resource and located in your participant guide. What is a role? I'm glad you asked that. And we all could probably define this within our own selves. But just being politically correct, the behavior expected of an individual who occupies a given social position or status. That individual will remain stable despite different people occupying that position. It is expected for that individual to behave in a certain way. And most important, each of you have a specific role in the unit level family readiness program. You may be wondering, what does all of this role and all of this have to do with an FRG? And I'm glad that you asked. Sometimes there are a lot of examples on what roles, and let's just look at a few. How many of you had the opportunity to be a coach? You've coached your little league classes. You've probably been a Boy Scout, Girl Scout troop leader, and I mean a lot of your parents even today, or maybe you're even advisors. And just so that you know, the FRG has many roles. And let's just look at any organization across the road and compare that to the FRG. One that's very popular is a football team. We have the general manager, who's the commander. Then we start with the executive officers, and we know who those are, other members of the command team, your first sergeant, your UAs. And then we walk on down to one of the most important people on the team, the coach. Who is that with the FRG? That's going to be your family readiness liaisons, your FRILs, so they say, another name for them. The other team positions are your FRG officers, your chairperson, your newsletter, your treasury, your key callers. And then the most important part of a football team wouldn't be complete without the fans. Who are our fans for the FRG? What is that role? How does that compare? Those are your soldiers and family members. No FRG is complete with those two involved. The FRG hopes that they will do all that they can to attract, educate, and entertain and motivate the soldiers and families. And that pushes us right on into our responsibility. A responsibility is exactly what it says. A burden of obligation upon one who is responsible. It is simply a job in which a role has to be accomplished. One that has many responsibilities. Now that we understand the differences between the role and responsibility, we're going to play a little activity. It's only going to take about 5 minutes. And you'll see on your table in front of you, you can go to the next slide. You'll see on your table in front of you as we get ready to put it into practice. Little MRT for all of you trainers out there. What we're going to do is the table that's in front of you has 2 stacks of cards. In front, a little small stack, you'll see that those are the roles, and the big stacks will be the responsibilities. First thing I'd like for you to do is take that stack of roles, lay them horizontally across the table, and then the second thing you're going to do is take each responsibility under the role where you think it belongs. When you are done, each role should have a list of responsibilities lined up under it. I'm going to give each of you, this whole exercise should be about 5 minutes. I'll give you enough time to do that. When you're done, if you have one member of your table stand up, then I'll have one of our trainers come around and check it and make sure everybody's good to go. And after that, while you're sitting there, I'd like for you to think and ponder on this. What responsibilities do you think are most critical for your team to perform? Once again, what responsibilities do you think are most important for your team to perform? And while you're thinking about that, this concludes the class today for Introduction to Family Readiness. I want to thank you for your time. At this time, are there any questions? No questions? Thank you very much.